Once upon a time, there lived a young fisherman who was out fishing in the sea. He hadn't caught anything all day, but decided to cast out his hook one last time before he returned to shore. This time he got a bite, and managed to catch a fish. He held it in his hands and was amazed at its radiant beauty. He decided that he would not eat this fish, but instead keep it as a pet in his home. The next day, he went out to fish in the morning and came back around sundown. The first thing he did was check on the fish to make sure it was okay. As he watched the fish, he began to notice a nice smell coming from the other side of the house. He went to see the source of the smell, and there, before his eyes, was a bountiful and delicious feast, fully prepared and ready to eat. He devoured all of the delicious food and thanked the mysterious stranger or spirit that prepared it. The following morning, the man went to talk to his neighbor and tell her about the strange thing that happened in his home. The neighbor listened to his story and then told him about what she saw the day before. After the man had left for the day, the neighbor could hear noises coming from the house, so she walked over to see what was happening. Inside, she saw a beautiful woman cooking the food. The man was shocked to hear this. He hurried back home to see if he could meet the woman his neighbor had told him about. He opened the door ever so slightly and peeked through the crack. He saw the fish jump out of the barrel and become surrounded by a radiant light. Then, out of the light, came a woman. At the sight of the transformation, the man rushed into the house. But the woman felt exposed, so she transformed back into a fish and jumped into the barrel. Eventually, the man convinced the fish to return to her human form, but he could tell that she still felt embarrassed about her secret being discovered. She wanted to leave and return to the sea, but the man, overcome by her beauty, pleaded with her to stay and be his wife. The woman was shocked that the fisherman would be willing to marry a fish, but she agreed and stayed with the man. Shortly after, they had a child together and joyously lived out the first months of their marriage in bliss. However, over time, the man seemed to grow weary and annoyed, but his wife had no idea why. One day, she asked him what was wrong. At this question, the man erupted in anger. He screamed at his wife, telling her that he couldn't stand the ridicule he faced from others in the village. They teased him every day for marrying a fish. He finished his rant by telling her that he wished they had never married. At this, his wife lowered her head in solemn silence and left the house. When the man calmed down, he chased after her, realizing the mistake he had made. But it was too late. The woman had returned to the sea and changed back into a fish. The man waded out into the water, calling out to her to come back, to no avail. He returned day after day, but it was no use. What happened to the man after that has been lost to time, bringing the story of the man who married a fish to a sad end.